Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 12 of our 31 days of Halloween. I am so excited for today's video. As you can tell, I am not ready. I'm like in my comfy clothes, and that is because it's the most dark, sad, depressing day outside. All it has done for the last like 3 hours is rain, and I love everything about that. I love that. It gives me life when that happens, okay? It's my favorite weather. Because of the weather, I'm not going to be going out today. I'm not going to be doing anything today. So I thought, what better than to do a reading vlog? You know, me and you, reading, comfy, cozy. Sounds perfect to me. I'm going to choose 3 books. I'm going to start each one of the books, and we're going to figure out together what my next read is. So I think the categories will be like spooky and like supernatural, like thrillery, or like really cute, cozy, like romance read. And then I don't know, wild card. I guess that's gonna be it. We are going to start with Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Ground rules for this video, I think I have to read at least 100 pages of each, and then I can kind of decide which one I want to read. But I do have to read all 3 at least 100 pages to give all 3 a good chance. Okay, so I'm on page 25, so I'm about a quarter of the way through my little stint into the book, and I remember why I loved this book. If anyone has any other recommendations, I might have to check out Riley Sager's other books and see if him, I don't know. I don't know. Apparently it's I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but I love this book so far. I also like that we're on page 25 and we're already into it. You know, like the whole point of the book is the journey, and we're only 25 pages in and she's already in the car with this guy. So there's not like a really large build up. You know, you've got the small amount of details that you kind of need to get into the book and like understand what's happening. So again, spoiler alert again, basically her best friend died, her roommate was killed, murdered, and throughout the book she is like sees movies in her head. She's like a film student and she sees movies in her head, and I think that's how we get, if I'm not wrong, that's how we get like a bit more backstory throughout the book. It's just really good. You know, she's now in a rideshare with this guy. She wants to go home. She's dropping out of uni. She's like kind of giving up on life a lot. She's like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm just not, she's not okay. She's not mentally okay. She can't do it. And yeah. So the end of the back says, a game of cat and mouse is about to play out. In order to win, Charlie must do only one thing, survive the night. And it's cool because it's like, in the start of the book, it's a little frustrating because she's like, okay, any red flags, anything that feels wrong, I'm not getting in his car because it's a stranger. And then a couple different things happen, like he won't let her go towards his boat. He's like angling. She's like angling, or he's like angling his body where she can't see into the boot and stuff like that. And you know, she's saying that like he looks like uncomfortable in their uni clothes. You know, he doesn't necessarily look like he should be wearing them. It looks like a costume on him, and it's exactly what he wore the day before when she met her, like exactly the same clothes. And she's like, that's so weird. Like, sorry, the quality is awful because I have just a salt lamp in my room and it's so dark now, but my phone died. Well, it didn't die, but I had no storage for some reason, even though I have no footage on my phone. It's all on my laptop, and for some reason my phone will not send it to my laptop, so there's a high likelihood that I can't record anything else tonight, but I am definitely going to finish this 100 pages either way. But what I was saying is, she's like seeing these red flags that she told herself would mean she's not going to see him, or like, you know, get in the car with him. But then she's like in her head, no, it's like me creating reasons to stay, I need to go. So she ignores them, which can be a little bit frustrating. But again, I'm 25 pages in, it's going really well. Sorry, again, the lighting is such a big change because it's now dark outside. It doesn't look dark, but trust me, it is. And I've no like good light in my room, so it's literally just my salt lamp, and that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading for a little bit longer. 100 pages is, oh god, 100 pages. Where's 100 pages? So this is how far 100 pages is into the book, and then that's where I am. So we've still got all of this to read before we get to go on to the next book and see how we feel about that. So I changed location. I came into my boyfriend's room because he was helping me sort out, I thought I lost a bunch of footage, but it turns out I hadn't. It was my laptop and stuff was just being annoying, and I was being stupid. But we're getting back into Survive the Night. We're 35 pages into it, so still a good 70 odd pages left, and I am enjoying it. It is going really well, so yeah, let's just like continue reading. I do have a feeling though that I'm going to end up reading Cinnamon Bun, or this I think I'm going to end up reading the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore because I just really want to read that. It has like such good vibes, but I'm still giving this and Inside the Mind of the Yorkshire Ripper a chance. So let's get started. Okay, so apparently this book is set in 1991, which I feel like has not been mentioned. I feel like that was not mentioned, and I'm on page 55. So I didn't realise it was 1991 that this was set, so I guess the Jaws comment makes more sense. But when was Jaws? When was Jaws released?
1975, I think.
Okay, well it was released in like the late 70s. So I
Mid-70s.
Mid to late 70s. Okay, well Jaws
just mid.
Okay, well shut up. We'll try. Okay, well Jaws was released in the mid-70s. Is that better?
Yep.
Jaws was released in the mid-70s, but this is still set in 91. So I don't understand. That's a full 16 years later. I feel like Jaws still is not a deep cut in the 90s. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know. But apparently it was set in 1991, which is kind of cool and actually makes sense because they mentioned a couple cool vintage cars. Well, like one, but good to know. My one issue with this book is kind of the same issue I've had from the start. I understand the whole premise is that she sees movies in her head, she's movie obsessed, but I'm 70 pages in and it gets to a point where I don't care about the movies anymore. It feels repetitive a little bit and it feels annoying, to be honest. It's not like adding necessarily to the story, and I understand it's like we're trying to understand her and it's like trying to keep the character consistent, I guess, because this story is not about growth. You know what happens in a car ride, matter of hours. But that being said, like, Charlie knows she should go in with him. It would be the polite thing to do, a signal, however meagre, that she is an active, willing part of this journey. But she doesn't know how to do that.
There's no cinematic frame of reference for her to follow. As far as she knows, there's not a herald. I let my best friend get murdered and now I can't function like a normal human being movie out there that she hasn't seen yet. So she remains in the car, seatbelt still wrapped tight across her chest as she tries to pull herself together. I understand that the whole point of this is because it's one journey, you know, she isn't gonna grow, but I feel like there's too many movie references to the point where I'm like, I don't care about the movie references anymore. They're just irritating me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe other people love this aspect of it. I liked it at the start. I thought it was a really cool premise as someone who loves film. But, I don't know. Again, I'm on page like 70. And she is every other line. Well, not actually. But I'd say at least twice per page. Almost every page. There's some mention of a movie or a reference to a film or about the movies in her head or her zoning out and creating a movie in her head or her realizing that it's not real or, you know, something of the sort, that I feel like all of the other information is actually getting a bit lost in the book. And I understand because it's Charlie's point of view and she herself can get lost to the real details and what's actually happening, but I feel like it's just making me a little bit like reluctant to continue reading. I don't know. I don't know. I am enjoying it and I'm definitely gonna finish this book at some point. When I started this video, I was so sure that this is gonna be the book that I read because I've had it in like so many TBRs of mine and I have said for so long that I really want to read it and that I'm gonna read it and that it's exactly the type of book that I think would intrigue me. So far, it's falling flat for me personally. It could be that I'm not understanding it enough or I'm not going deep enough into it or I'm deeping it too much, but I don't think this will be the one that I continue, which is kind of sad because I was really excited for this book.
Okay guys, so Survive the Night, I just finished. It made it to page 102 and I will say a lot better. I was getting a little bit bored at the start and I understand it was the character building and maybe it was because I kept coming back to the book, so a lot of it felt familiar, but I think that's because I've read the start like 3 times, so it probably wouldn't feel that way if I'd have just read all of the first 100 in one, you know, at once. I think the best way to say it is definitely read until page 90. Personally, that's when the book started getting really good for me. And then I realized the last like 10 pages I didn't want to put it down, which is good. That's really good. It was a slow start, but we're now 102 pages in to, I think there's about 315 or something pages in this book, so we're about a third of the way there. I usually don't like having to read past 100 pages to get into the book. Like if I hit 100 pages and I'm still like this is awful, then I usually DNF it, but I'm glad that I gave this to the first 100 pages. 90 for me, around the 90 page mark was where it really got good. I think now we're gonna go for our second book, Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. I'm really excited for this one actually. It seems right up my street. It is book number 2 in the Dream Harbour series. I'm not gonna read book 1 first because they're not intertwined to my knowledge. And for some reason this one intrigues me more than the first one. The first one's Grumpy Sunshine. So this one, to my knowledge, she owns a bookshop. Within one of the books on the shelves, she finds like this like note. It's like a scavenger hunt, so she enlists the help of, I think he must be her friend or maybe works in a shop beside her or something like that, a boy called Noah. She is called Hazel, so it's Hazel and Noah, which adorable names by the way. Noah says yes to helping her on this like scavenger hunt. He has had a massive crush on her for the last couple of months and I think they end up just falling for each other, and it's supposed, I really hope it's just a cute fluffy story. bookstore still. I'm on chapter 2 now. I only read a little bit while I was cooking, and then because it was so messy I didn't want to read and eat. Because I don't know if you can see that, I did get a tiny bit of the sauce on my book and I'm annoyed, but it's fine. So I'm gonna continue reading. I just love how cute romance books are, and I've never read anything from Laurie Gilmore before, and I have a couple of this series in my room currently on my shelves, and yep. Yep, it's exactly what I wanted. It's cute little fluffy romance, and I'm only 10 pages in and I'm like kicking my feet and giggling. So okay guys, so I might have done a thing. Sorry, I rubbed my face so it's all red. Just ignore it, please. I might have made it to page 97. I'm not even reading the third book. I'm sorry. In fact, I'm not. I need all of these right now. I'm so happy. I've found my next read. I'm gonna be continuing the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore because it is adorable. It is everything I wanted. I have not stopped grinning since I started this, and it took me so long to read the first 100 pages of Survive the Night by Riley Sager, but this is so easy to read. It's adorable. I love both of the characters. They're like warming my heart. It's making me want to like drop out of uni, move to America, like move into a small town and open a bookstore. That's been my dream. I want a bookshop when I'm older, but that's just not feasible. So I do criminology instead. But it's my dream to own a bookshop, a little bookshop cafe, where I get to like bake all of the treats like in the morning and, you know, have like a little community like that. But this book is perfect. I love every single character. I love Noah and Hazel. They're so cute, and I'm obsessed with the style of writing. Usually I like dual POVs, which this is not. This is like third person, but it's good because you get third person from each person, if that makes sense. So you still get to you still get to understand what each character is feeling without it coming from their own mouth. Kinda. I mean, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Sorry, I haven't really been paying attention to the actual writing style. I've just been tearing through this because, again, I'm loving every minute of it. So I'm sorry I can't really give you more on like the actual writing style and stuff. I actually have not been paying attention. I've just been so engrossed in the story and the relationship. And also, I'm only 100 pages in and they're already like cute and like liking each other, and it's sweet, and it's what I needed, and it's what I wanted, and it's giving me the like autumn fall vibes that I was craving. Might not be spooky or scary or mysterious or whatever, but I'm so happy I decided to pick this book up. It is definitely everything that I needed in my next read. I think I've been in, I don't want to say a reading slump because that's not necessarily true. I just haven't been desiring to read, really. I got onto the third book of A Court of Thorns and Roses, which put me in like a mini reading slump, and then I've also just been busy with starting back at uni and everything, so I haven't really just had the time to sit down with a book. I've also started my new YouTube channel, obviously, which you are hopefully watching on now. I started my new YouTube channel and I'm trying to give this a really good go. So I've been, you know, filming and editing and filming and editing and filming and editing, and that's kind of been what my spare moments have gone to. So I don't know. I haven't really had time to just sit with a book, but I'm not even reading the first 100 pages of Inside the Mind of the Yorkshire Ripper, I believe it was. This is exactly what I wanted, and I think when I'm enjoying a book so clearly, when I'm enjoying a book as much as I am right now, there's no point putting it down to try a different one. So to round out this video, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click that little notifications bell down below so you don't miss the rest of my 31 days of Halloween series. I'm posting every single day at 4 o'clock, so definitely stay tuned for that. You all have an amazing day, and mwah, bye.